We are looking at so much stuff that is actually coming out right now, right before the Apple event. Scarcity, problems with obviously stock of the iPad Pro. Now, this is all speculation and rumors, obviously, but we have to talk about it. Let's just click straight into it. And if you guys don't mind, this is our new First Clicks channel. So if you are subscribed to the last one and you just looked up iPad Pro and you say, oh, First Clicks, I know that. That's awesome. Thank you guys for tuning back in again, but you will have to resubscribe because this is a new channel. I will talk about it more in a separate video. We're working on that. I'm sorry, it's free. You won't lose any money on it, but yeah, resubscribe. Thank you guys so much, and let's just click straight into this one. Okay, so some worrying news. Obviously, if you've already seen a bunch of other YouTubers talk about this, then you already know what's going on. There is such a problem with the display chip. If I'm not mistaken, it's the chip. It's not necessarily the display. It's the chip that drives the mini LED displays. There's a shortage on that. And that means that we're probably not going to get a lot of iPad Pros. So it's going to be happy Hunger Games for everyone. I don't know if you guys are going to participate in this massive virtual battle royale for the iPad Pro. But you can probably also consider waiting for the next batch. Depending on when it comes, right? If it's going to be just like the console, the PS5, I don't know if you've seen my review of the PS5, I would just recommend you to not buy it, because these products, it's really hard, right? If you don't get them in the first 6 months of release, there is no point in buying them. Obviously with a console that says it would run the entire cycle, maybe it's different. I don't know. These iPads get refreshed a lot, right? Like the last one was from 2020. The one before that is from 2018, which is the one I'm using right now, right? The poor man's one camera iPad Pro, which is perfect. It runs perfectly. You have to keep in mind these devices are not cheap. So if you're buying them after like a certain time period, maybe 6 months is a bit too early, but definitely like if you come close to that 1 year mark, there's literally no point. So I would definitely keep that in mind. Now, I don't know how bad this shortage is going to be for Apple. Obviously, we have the king of supply chains at Apple, which is obviously Tim Cook. Now, at this point, he is CEO for quite a while. Newsflash. But I would suggest trusting his instinct and obviously skill in building up supply chains and controlling them. But this could be out of his hands because we obviously are in a pandemic. There's a lot of problems with supply. I don't know if he will be able to fix it. If not, we are going to have to do this battle royale, every man and woman for themselves while pre-ordering this new iPad. And I wish everyone a lot of luck. Obviously, I wish myself the most luck. But anyways, that is it for the iPad Pro shortage news. There are some things that I hope Apple is going to do, but that has to do with like more like an software update. I don't know if that is stuff that is necessarily going to be locked down to the next iPad. Anyhow, I would really like to have Final Cut Pro on it. I would also like to have Sidecar be something that is just a little bit more advanced. I would like to control the actual Mac. Instead of something like a screen being mirrored on my iPad, I actually want to take control over the Mac, right? The iPad is a very diverse product. There is now this Magic Keyboard, which is also probably, I don't know, I've heard from John Prosser on his new episode of Fapata.
Well, I was also told that we'd be getting some new accessories for iPad, potentially, iPad Pro that is, like a minor refresh to the Magic Keyboard, a new Apple Pencil.
But with that Magic Keyboard, I expect to fully be able to control my Mac at the moment. So I hope Sidecar is going to be a little bit better. There's just a bunch of stuff that probably in software, but maybe even the next iPad Pro with a little bit more of RAM, a little bit better GPU cores, we'll be able to just run Final Cut Pro in a definitely better fashion than iMovie is being run right now. iMovie runs fine. I literally used iMovie on the go a lot, right? And it works fine. iMovie on the iPad, it works fine, but it's just not the same as Final Cut Pro. And also, it's just like the RAM limitations and stuff like that. It just, at some point, you're just going to feel it. You're going to hit that ceiling, and it's just not going to work. Especially, I expect it with Final Cut Pro. I don't think you can run Final Cut Pro on 4 gigs of RAM. Probably not even 6. I would say 8 as a minimum. But anyways, that doesn't matter. Apple would know that, so and they will probably optimize it for that iPad. So if they can squeeze it out with 6 gigabytes, so if they would be able to squeeze it out with 6 gigabytes, they will figure it out. I will trust them on that. Just buy it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, I will return the iPad. But anyways, this is stuff that I really like to see in this iPad, because for me it's really a productivity device. I like to watch Netflix films. I like to watch Apple TV Plus. I'm really into Servant. I hope there's going to be a season 3. And I have used my iPad for that. Spatial audio, the AirPods Max on the head, and we are in. We're just right in there. Leanne, everyone is there. And I just feel like I'm inside it, and that's awesome. And probably Mini LED is going to help with that experience. But I also, like, for me, a certain investment needs to bring something out of it. Of course, I love Apple Arcade. I love Apple TV Plus. I love a lot of things about the entertainment functions of the iPad Pro. But I can do that with the current iPad Pro that I have. I need something to convince me in a productive sense to buy this new iPad. And obviously, I'm just going to buy it anyway because I'm an Apple fan. But this is just, the rational me is looking at it and be like, why? This thing from 2018 just works perfectly, apart from the battery, which could be replaced. It works fine. It's just sometimes I'm like, you're dead already? Okay. So these are things that I really want in this new iPad, and I hope they're not going to limit it to this new iPad. Maybe they will be able to bring Final Cut Pro to the older iPad Pros as well. I don't know if that is possible because, well, again, the RAM limitations and this A14X chip, if it's going to be called that way, I don't know, maybe they just put the M1 in there. It's just marketing, right? This chip is going to annihilate every app that you can find in the App Store. It's going to shred through it. It's just going to it's going to be so amazing. I mean, I have an M1 Mac upstairs and it does everything perfectly. So if this A14X is anywhere near close to that chip, I am not going to expect any issues. It runs Final Cut Pro perfectly well. It only has 8 gigabytes of RAM at the moment, and it's just perfect. It's a perfect experience. And the only difference would be that it's running iPad OS, which I love as well. So I don't feel like Apple is going to have any problems with optimizing their own application for iPad OS or Mac OS or iOS. These are just things that it would really be nice as an extra convincing step of saying, okay, so we do have the iPad Pro, which is awesome, but if we want to run Final Cut Pro in the best way possible on an iPad, we're going to have to buy the next one. And it's just going to, maybe I'm just looking for reasons to buy it, right? To justify it to myself. I don't know if you guys are doing the same thing, but I'm definitely going to use it for it. And it's definitely going to help me and maybe even make more money because, well, I can do more on the go. But yeah, I'm very curious what you guys think about the iPad Pro and the scarcity. Are you guys going to go into this battle royale? Are you guys going to actually go to battle with each other? Virtually, hopefully, of course. But yeah, I am ready. I'm ready. I have my Mac here. I have my iPad, my other MacBook here. I am going to hit that refresh button the moment it's going to be. I feel like usually here it's 4 o'clock or 3 o'clock that the pre-order starts, which is the Netherlands. So that's our time frame. I don't know, maybe for you guys it's either in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning. I am ready. I'm ready for this big fight, this battle royale for the iPad Pro. I can't wait. We're obviously on the road to the April event, the spring-loaded event, and it's probably going to be loaded. I can't wait to watch it with my friends and obviously talk with you guys after that. Guys, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hope you guys subscribe. Hope you guys leave a like, leave a comment. And obviously, for now, I hope you guys click on.